Hi, I'm Cody. I'm the content director at Elevate My Brand, and I have 5 tips for you on how companies, smart companies, are using video to build trust with their customers, employees, and partners. My first tip is to always connect back to your why. Even the smallest how-to video should really be something that connects to the bigger picture. So I always say no one buys a kayak, they buy time on the water. So even if you are talking about a small, direct, actionable concept, ensure that it somehow correlates with your mission, vision, values, etc. And also think about the video not as the real output, it's sort of the conduit through which you achieve the output, which is clarity, creativity, control, etc. Show humility and empathy and connect back to the bigger picture, and you'll build trust in your video content. My second tip is to make actionable commitments. Trust is earned, but it's earned through action, right? So always follow through and recognize that even if you are following through and you know you're following through, your viewers need to know that you're following through. So having some sort of visual evidence in your communications of your commitments and the fact that you are truly doing what you say you're going to do and you are who you say you are is a way to build real deep trust. My third tip is to consider logos, pathos, and ethos. I come from a public speaking and rhetoric background, so this is very important to me, but remember that different people build trust in different ways at different times. And if you are only trying to build trust in one way, then you're only going to build trust with one audience. So incorporate multiple methods of appeal and messaging around what your brand is. So that means not just focusing on the rationality like most brands do, but also the emotionality and the authority involved. My fourth tip is to give the brand a face. A lot of particularly small business owners and entrepreneurs feel like they're not qualified to be on camera, or there are too many ums or other vocal noise, or people are going to trust them. But the thing is, people are far more likely to connect with someone that they can see. We're hardwired. It's human instinct. Even babies build trust based on facial recognition and facial expressions. So just make sure that you're proving your abstract concepts with those very innate, instinctual, real human interactions, even though it's virtual. My fifth and final tip is to remember that trust is built before you ever press record and before you ever publish that video online. The truth is that 2 kinds of people are going to be seeing your videos. People who are just now learning about you for the first time, and people who have heard about you, maybe they know, like, and trust you already. But even between the 2 of those, they're either going to develop an idea about whether or not they trust you in that first video they see, and then go elsewhere to validate or invalidate it, or they're already coming to your video with some sense of how and to what degree they trust you. So remember, the one video alone is not going to gain meaningful trust, at least in the long term. So use your video to validate trust that already exists, or to be a springboard for people going other places to validate that trust, and just prove you're trustworthy everywhere else.